Yo, 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 my good and nerdy people. Multiverse of Madness. The madness is upon us. The wildingness of the MCU is coming our way. I can't wait to talk about it. Let's go ahead and hop into the dojo. What is going on, my good and nerdy people? It is your Normie Sensei Master Kunch here with Normies Nerds. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel because we are on the grind to 500 subs. So share this thing out, if you will, and help a brother out. What is going on to all my people in the live chat? My folks catching on the replay, let me know you're here. Say what's up to me, you know. Let me just know that you are in the building. Bernie, what is going on? What's going on, my brother? First in the building, how is it going? Mike Porter, what is up, man? Polyhedral Paradise, good to see you in here, my mans. And Star Wars MCU OG Z, good to see you as always, my brother. So look, let's go ahead and get into this conversation here, talking about Multiverse of Madness. And while I pull up a page that I should have had open a minute ago. All right, let's go ahead and get into this Multiverse of Madness talk here. Jared, what's going on? Daniel Fisher, what's happening, bro? Look, the Multiverse of Madness, bro. The Multiverse of Madness trailer was absolutely wild. Like, I didn't think they was going to really take us there in that trailer, the way they've been playing things, but it's just crazy. Like, I heard Paul from Heavy Spoilers say the crazy thing is you have a Minotaur and nobody's even caring about the Minotaur. Like, you throw like a little Minotaur, I think that's the name of the species, if you will. You throw that in there, the creature. Throw that into Carmitage, and that's like everybody just glosses over that. Like, that's like nothing, because it is so much shit in this Multiverse of Madness trailer to break down. Let me know, do you guys? I just want to watch it back over. I've been watching it for like the last since Sunday. I've been watching it for like the last 2 days. Just want to watch it back over again. Do you guys mind? Do you want to go watch it? All right, let's go. Step out in here to the training ground. We'll take a look at it, and then we're going to break it down. I'm not going to bog you guys down with the breakdowns because I know you probably already seen like 15 of them so far, maybe even 20. But we're going to step in here into the trailer and watch it just one more time and then go over it. Actually, I think I could stop it right now, actually. All right, so here's my thing. I think that this is actually it's starting out the trailer. Oh shit, it's starting out the trailer right here. I think this actually is the first part of the film, like the opening side of it. Like, I think this is his nightmare, and this is something that we're seeing here now. Cataract with the crimson bands of Cataract. How do you say his name? But his, like, we got him popping up here. And I find it interesting because I want to tie this all back into Wanda. So as we're watching through this trailer, I'm going to focus on Wanda first, and then we get into Illuminati stuff. I think this is all manipulation from Wanda here. I think this demon here is in the possession of Wanda Maximoff. And there is where Wanda actually kills the Defender Strange. So right here, it looks like America Chavez is captured. And like, that is the whole goal around what Wanda is apparently doing, right? Like, apparently Wanda is going to be trying to capture America Chavez to be able to go through to a different dimension and to be able to save her child, right? Well, here what we see is Gargantos. I mean, not Gargantos. The Cataract or Cataract. What? God, dog. Now it's gonna cause I said his name. I recorded a video earlier and I said his name just perfectly. Crimson Bands, Sidetrack. Cytorak. I wish I had a pronunciation. But yeah, we see her trying to capture him there, and like, I think this is very clear that this is Wanda trying to capture America Chavez to me, and come into this universe here. So I'll just keep playing it through, and I touch back on Wanda because I really want to focus on Wanda here in this portion of the trailer.
The nightmare begins.
Also, shout out to Eric Voss. Look, I'm gonna keep stopping it. But also, shout out to Eric Voss because Right here, he talks about how Doctor Strange is in his video. Talks about Doctor Strange's hands are working like they shouldn't be, and like he talked about the possibility of it being like a different Doctor Strange. My mind instantly went to like, and this could be far fetched, but like, what if they're hiding that we're actually in a House of M situation? Like, and I'll touch on the evidence for this a little bit later. But what if we're actually in a House of M situation, and Doctor Strange is the only one going through this type of like mind manipulation to think that to see himself dying through the multiverse and to tap into the reality. This is what Doctor Strange is seeing, and I think it could make sense because Wanda has witnessed Doctor Strange do something that he should not have done, and that is he erased the existence of Peter Parker off of the entire, like, from the minds of everybody in the entire universe. She's gonna try to do something as simple as bring her kids into the universe, so she probably doesn't see it as being that bad. And also too, like, doing something like this to take over the universe, I could see her like kind of rationaling out with, right? Scotty, what is going on, bruh? Sidorak? Okay, thank you. Sidorak. I know I definitely messed that all the way up.
The nightmare begins.
Sidorak. Look at Cap coming in with the clutch.
I did what I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
To protect our world.
And again, all the Secret Wars shit in here.
Everything's strange.
Shout out to the Den of Nerds for having me read those Time Runs Out comics.
The way between universes.
Now this right here, I think this is Wanda doing this. I don't think this is like a reenactment of what was going on with Doctor Strange. I think this is actually Wanda doing this. Now, is this Defender Strange?
You opened.
I can't tell that that's Defender Strange, but he has on that patch on the back of the cape.
We don't know who
Maybe Defender Strange there.
Hmm? Wanda, what do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories.
Now here, look, I think they're really like trying to split this up into be like two different parts. Fuck. All right, you know what? We're just gonna go watch.
He believed it was
I'll be quiet.
dangerous.
He was right.
He was right. Notice we don't see Wanda with Doctor Strange in any other shots of this.
Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
We should
Tell him the truth. Mm-hmm.
Things just got out of hand.
Right, this is gonna be crazy. That's definitely Miss Marvel. Maria Rambeau, the mother-in-law.
Become a hero. I do it, I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
You know, America Chavez is gonna have to hit, bro. Yes, from what I understand, that is where Juggernaut is supposed to get his powers from. From what I watched from a video from Rob from Comics Explained, I might be all the way off on that, but that's how he explained it. Was that whoever gets that shall become a human Juggernaut, whoever possesses the power. All right, so let's get back in here. So, bruh, all right, let's break this down. Like I said, I want to focus on this from the lens of Wanda and like her kind of villainous things and what's going on here. So, first things first, I think it's kind of like being kind of like a red herring, if you will, that Doctor Strange is going to be working with Wanda from the beginning. And I'm going to talk about this in a video that I'm dropping maybe an hour or two after this stream. But Wanda, I think we don't really see Wanda throughout this whole film. Okay? Like, that might sound crazy, but in my mind, like, I'm thinking that Doctor Strange is maybe trying to figure this out, and then something leads him down to the path of Wanda. So where I'm talking about is where we first get our shit going on. And you say, how is Wanda gonna be chasing after America Chavez the whole time? From this shot of what's first happening here, you got Sidorak. You got Sidorak right there. These are demons, Sidorak, and then. So here's where I'm betting happens, is that we start off in a way to where we have Sidorak going, like we start off in a different universe, and like shit just goes down. Like we don't see what really happens, but maybe it's Sidorak, maybe it's another demonic force, because when you look here at Carmotage, and I think this is where we would probably start the movie, is at this Carmotage, and stick with me here. If you can stick with me here, that'd be great. All right, so look, I think this is where we would start the movie here, is at this Carmotage, right? And kind of coming into there. America Chavez, in my mind, is here. This is the same universe, I think, where the Illuminati is. But they're coming to the Carmotage here, and that is definitely a dark force. I don't think that's Sinister Strange. I don't think that's Wanda per se. I think that's a demon, and it could be Sidorak, who is coming to go ham. And with that being said, the one person there to defend Carmotage is Defender Strange. Defender Strange defending Carmotage. I don't think Defender Strange lasts long in this movie. I think he dies right here, but ultimately dies sacrificing himself for America Chavez. Now, again, all of this going down while Wanda, in my mind, is in control of Sidorak. As well as soon as America comes into our MCU universe, 616, like in this scene right here, Wanda then uses another beast. If I can get to him, Gargantos or Shumagorath, right? So that's where my head is going. I think that is Wanda that is actually being like using these beasts. And you notice here, Gargantos or Shuma, it has the same kind of like color around its limbs, like the same kind of glow around it that Sidorak had. And to me, that's consistency to show that they could be on the same thing, and she's using them to capture. Now, why would she be using that to do that? Honestly, to keep Doctor Strange off of her tail. Like that whole theory that Doctor Strange was snooping around in WandaVision and trying to send messages through. What's going on, Rhett? Scotty, how's it going, y'all? That whole theory that in WandaVision, I definitely believe that Doctor Strange was trying to send messages through to Wanda in WandaVision. Wanda could be knowing that Doctor Strange is trying to snoop in on what she's doing, and she's trying to stay off his radar. Like in that first trailer, she's like, I'm sorry about what I did about Westview, but Doctor Strange is like, this is bigger than that. So, whole time, I think Wanda's whole intention with using these monsters to try to capture America Chavez is that she doesn't want people to know that it's her. Like, she doesn't want people to know that she is the universal threat. And I think that's a very smart idea, because we're getting warmed up that Wanda is the big villain, the main villain, but we don't necessarily see her a lot at the beginning. I think it'd be dope. Now, this is where shit goes down. Because right here, she comes to go meet up with this Wanda. And this is the same Wanda who at the end is like, has that blood. If you ask me, I think this is the same Wanda who has the blood on her face at that very end scene. And in my mind, Wanda is definitely about to kill this woman and definitely about to take over her body. But she could be doing like some type of manipulation of her, right? Now, is this the moment? Is this a moment where she's possessed? Like, is she possessed right here? I don't know. But it looks like Wanda is maybe, because she's got a beat up face. And you can tell they've been fighting here. Let me see if Wanda here has a beat up face. Yeah, like, they've definitely been fighting here. So, honestly, like, this is kind of giving me vibes of WandaVision. But I'm going to be real. This could just be a universe where Wanda is just living as a normal person, bruh. Talk about how wild that would be if she goes to a universe where Wanda is actually just a normal, like living a normal life, if you will. Like, I don't even think this is Westview. Because if this was Westview, it would have to be that. All right, so look, a couple of Easter eggs here. I don't know. I haven't watched in-depth breakdowns. I don't know if anybody pointed this out. Do you guys see these back here? 2 scooters. 2 identical scooters back here. This is obviously, you see these 2 identical scooters? Obviously Tommy and Billy. What's going on, talented Mr. Griffin? What is going on, bro? Thanks for dropping in. Wanda just bodied Xavier. That's his blood on her face. I definitely agree. Wanda's bodying everybody, bro. But like, bro, look at this. This is definitely Tommy and Billy's scooter, right? So I think she's come here looking for Tommy and Billy. I think she's come here looking for Tommy and Billy. Now, could Tommy and Billy already be taken? Possibly. Yo, this movie's going. What's going on, She? Vader Slayer, what's going on popping up in here? For the children, right? Those scooters are definitely for the children. But no, like, I don't even think that she's in the mind of that. Now, Jared, that's what I was about to head to. Illuminati is probably holding Tommy and Billy captive. Now, here's the thing. They could be doing that. Or I like the idea better that she's going after. What's going on, John? How's it going, bro? Good to see you in here. I like the idea that she's going towards going for America Chavez, who would be locked up in those cells in the prison. Like that's who I would like to see locked up in there. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just noticed that these 2 were here. So she's obviously there looking for her. And bruh, imagine the heartbreak. Like, what if she's coming here? Like, she heard the voices like, Mom, help. And she comes here and she can't even save her kids here. Or maybe her kids are dead. And that, like, is why she's kind of in pain and grief or whatever. And she could just snap and kill this Wanda. That could be something crazy. But moving on along here. I'm definitely on the bandwagon that she's going to take over this body. And I can see this fight, like Mordo is fighting Strange, and I can see that fight going down just to where they may even think to kill Wanda. And Strange, look, Strange has been sensitive, right? Like, he's been looking out for Peter Parker. Like, he's maybe sensitive over these superheroes and might not want to kill Wanda. All right, that's just a possibility. But at the end of the day, he has to, bro, because Wanda is about to go ham. Wanda is about to go ham, bro. Like, we see this. This is the Captain Marvel stuff. Like, this is definitely Captain Marvel. And she's about to go toe-to-toe with Captain Marvel. She's about to desecrate her. And this is obviously where the fight scene is going down. Like, this is obviously where the Illuminati's home is right here, right? Like, you got these statues right here. She's fighting for something that's being held in these prisons. And if you stick with me as to where I was saying that Doctor Strange, I don't think it's going to have any idea that Wanda is the one doing this. I think going throughout the whole movie up until he gets to this point, I don't think Doctor Strange is really going to have like an inkling that Wanda is the one that is actually making this happen. You think the Illuminati will be the twist villain? I think they will for a second, because I think they'll want to kill Wanda. I think the Illuminati will talk with Strange and want to kill Wanda, and that's what maybe even leads up to Mordo fighting Doctor Strange. And that could be how Doctor Strange gets out of this situation. Because here, look, I've seen people think that the kids are captured, but I don't necessarily think that the kids are captured here. I think that Wanda is looking for America. And now that, so if you check where I was saying that Defender Strange sacrificed his life in the beginning against the band's against Sidorak, sacrificed his life, America goes into our universe. Doctor Strange, I think our Doctor Strange then takes America back to the universe where the Illuminati are. They lock her up because they know of what's going on here. They realize that something or someone is after her. And I think they deduce it to maybe being Wanda, if you will. Now look at me trying to figure out this whole movie off of a trailer. Ash Hammer, what is going on, bro? I voted yes to Tom Cruise. I didn't care if I even believe that. Hey, it's all good, man. You definitely got to catch up on those videos, Trendy. But I did not see either one of those videos point out that those 2 scooters are in the background. I'm gonna have to make my own video about this. But I think this is the moment where Doctor Strange realizes that it's Wanda. Okay? And like, bruh, as a movie, from a movie sense, that would be crazy because from this fight here, you already kind of got like, this looks like a climatic fight. Like, if you think about it, Wanda is going to be taking out the entire Illuminati. If you act like, that's my thoughts, is that she's taking them out. Like, all of the Illuminati are going to get killed in this instance. Like, the last hope right here is Captain Marvel, and I think she's going to defeat Captain Marvel for sure. But this is where Doctor Strange finds that out. Now, look, to me, this kind of makes for a better movie, if you will, to kind of hide that, and then for Doctor Strange to come back here and talk about what do you know about the multiverse, and for Wanda to be playing dumb. Because Doctor Strange had no idea Wanda was involved until Wanda had to possess her own dead body. And I think that's the only way I feel like she could probably have the power to be able to defeat the entire Illuminati, is if she possessed her own body instead of possessing the body of like Gargantos or Sidorak. That her Scarlet Witch body would be the only way to do that. All right, are we sticking with me? Put a fist in the chat if this is making sense. Put a fist in the chat if this is making sense. I'm pretty sure there's 2 different characters that look the same in this little clip. Which clip, Trinity?
Viz had his theory.
Which clip you talking about, brother? But yeah. So my theory is that this is going to be Doctor Strange coming down to the end of the movie, and this is going to be leading up to the big shakedown. Like, this is all an illusion. It may come to the point where Doctor Strange be like, look, Wanda, stop playing these games. You know what you're doing. And the reason I say this is because I think in this fight, right here, I think in that fight, she's successful. And she gets to America Chavez. Where's that picture? Where's that scene right there? Where she's bloody. Where's bloody out of Wanda? Rello 2 times. What's going on, bruh? Don't trust me, bro, 2 times. Where's bloody eye Wanda at?
I become the enemy.
Oh, we're gonna find bloody eye Wanda.
It doesn't seem fair.
Damn. All right, there we go. So like this scene right here, I think she's back at that prison. But even though this kind of looks like, bro, that kind of looks like the Sanctum right there, doesn't it, a little bit? Like, that doesn't really give me the vibes of where, this doesn't necessarily give me the vibes of where the Illuminati is. This kind of gives me the vibes of the New York Sanctum a little bit, right? It's crazy. I'm curious. I'm very curious about that. But I honestly think, though, like, kind of sticking along with the theory that I have in hand, before looking at some of this evidence here, I definitely think that this is where, you saw it 2 times, bro. Hey, but I definitely think this is where Wanda is trying to get America Chavez, and she gets America Chavez, and her plan starts to work, and that is where we get this scene here. And I think this is I think Wanda is causing this. Like, and what if Doctor Strange is causing this because he's trying to get Kristen, or Christine? Is it Kristen? Kristen Palmer. He's trying to get her back into his universe. And I think this is the same thing here, as to where Wanda is trying to pull those 2 in. Definitely that base on the moon. So if it's a base on the moon, that would be wild. If they're on that base in the moon, that would be wild. But yeah, I think it'll be crazy, like, just leading up to her, where she comes up to say that doesn't seem fair, and she's definitely alluding to Doctor Strange wiping away Peter Parker's memory, like the memory of Peter Parker from the entire universe, right? Like, I still don't know if that's Kristen or Christine Daniel Fisher. Um, but this is to where it gets to the point to where she's like, you did it and it's all right. You're a hero. Like, you use the time stone all the time and you're a hero. You've done all this shit and you're a hero. I'm just trying to get my kids back and I'm the villain. That's not fair. That is some real ass shit and a real juxtaposition of what's going to be in this movie. And I think from this moment is where the all out battle goes down, bruh. And at the end of the day, we have to come to this realization that Tommy and Billy are going to end up in the main MCU timeline. Right? Like, at the end of the, are you guys in agreement with that? Put a fist in the chat if you are. That at the end of the day, Tommy and Billy are going to end up in the main MCU timeline. So some way or form, she is successful. Now, whether this, I don't think this is going to be destroying the universe. Maybe this like doesn't destroy that universe or not. Who knows? But some way she's going to be successful. So either it is the more mutants moment that I think everybody is kind of hinting at, is maybe looking forward to, is for her to say something like more mutants. That would be cool. Or she actually does get the power of, she figures something out with America Chavez to get the kids over. But regardless, like, this shit's kind of like, this is going to be wild with Wanda. Wanda is definitely going to be OP. This is outrageous. This is unfair. Yeah, it's definitely wild, bro. So yeah, like, regardless, at the end of the day, Wanda is going to be OP. Wanda is going to be ridiculously OP in this film. And we already knew that, right? Like, we saw what she did in Endgame with Thanos. Like, we already know how powerful Wanda is. We know that she's stepping into her her role as the Sorcerer, as the Sorcerer Supreme, as a Scarlet Witch, right? So we already knew that about Wanda. But here we're just going to see how crazy shit can get. Now, does Wanda make it through the movie? Honestly, I don't think it's the worst thing. I tweeted out earlier, yo, like, Doctor Strange might have to kill Wanda, and I might be all right with that. And low-key, I kind of am all right with the fact that Doctor Strange is going to off Wanda. It is what it is. Like, if he has to off Wanda, that's cool. I do find it funny, though, that they're doing a lot of these into-the-eye shots. Because with Shuma-Gorath, from what I read about Shuma-Gorath when all the rumors came out, was that the Ancient One was possessed by Shuma-Gorath. And that Doctor Strange had to kill the Ancient One in order for him. Doctor Strange had to kill the Ancient One in order for Shuma to be defeated. And that battle took place inside of the head of the Ancient One. So it'd be crazy if Doctor Strange is inside the head of this Wanda. Now, that'd be crazy. I think that those are referring to Wanda. I think the whole eye shots are referring to Wanda controlling and possessing folks. I don't think those are necessarily saying that the battle is taking place in the eye in those eyes, but it's still a possibility. Still very much a possibility. Something that we should look out for. All right. So look, before I get into the next part, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. We are on the grind to 500 subs. We're going to be talking about next the Illuminati lineup. The Illuminati lineup. Everybody's talking about the Illuminati. Who could be on there, who's not. I got my list of who I want to see on there. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm not one of those folks that's like my way or the highway. But I just feel like I have valid points and reasons as to why certain people should be up there. And, yeah. We're going to touch on that. Before I do that, like I said, make sure you look out for a video. Your boy is grinding on the videos at this point. I have a video dropping tonight, or may drop it early in the morning. It just depends on when's the best time for me to drop it. But I have a video dropping, basically laying down like a quick, up-to-date version on my thoughts on Wanda in this trailer and what she's going to be doing here. I'm dropping that tonight. And then also we're going to be doing another video about this next topic that I'm talking about, with T'Challa, and the whether it's T'Challa or Reed in that one seat there, and why T'Challa should actually be in this film. I find it disrespectful if he's not. We'll be talking about that. And then we still got to get into our Moon Knight shit. So let me hurry up, because I do only got like 35 more minutes here in the dojo. And we got a lot of good stuff to get into. But yeah, like I said, make sure you help the channel out, because we are on the grind to 200 150 subs. So let's get back into the conversation here about the Illuminati part of this. Oh, first of all, let me get to these comments. I want to read the comments before I get too far behind. Jared says Batman being my most anticipated movie of the year, but this Doctor Strange trailer is all the way up to the top now. Yeah, bro. Oh man, look, I forgot you're a DC head. I definitely forgot you're a DC head, bro. But yeah, bro, this Doctor Strange trailer definitely throws it up there. Even though, like, my wife, it's a little iffy because when I showed the trailer to my wife, she was like, "It's too much going on," and I wonder if that's a concern. But honestly, I don't care. If it's above your head, it's above your head. Come here, we'll make you a nerd so you can enjoy it. If your friend says the Doctor Strange trailer goes over their head, it's too much going on, send them here so we can make them a nerd. Because honestly, at this point, you gotta be this can be for the nerds. I don't care what the popular majority thinks. This could be for the nerds. We can make some nerds out of this movie. But yeah. But that's what's up, Jared. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Batman. I'm definitely gonna go see it. Is that Sidorak? We're Juggernaut. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it, Cap. Cap, much love. Great to see you out here, bro. Mike Porter. Doctor Strange 2 actually looks refreshing for the MCU. Says Rhett, I definitely agree, bro. It feels like the visuals in this movie are going to be crazy. Look, the visuals in the first Doctor Strange were crazy. I'm not really a big fan of the Dormammu scene at the end because that looks a little cheesy to me. But like when you think about all the scenes that Doctor Strange has been in and what they do graphically and illusion wise, even in No Way Home, like the graphic element of it has me really excited for this movie and what we're gonna see here. Wanda just blotted Xavier. That's his blood on her face. I definitely agree there, bro. I definitely agree. Telling Mr. Griffin again, what's up, bro? Vader's lair, what is going on? Jared comes back and says, Illuminati is probably hiding Tommy and Billy captive. That is a possibility. I'm thinking either Tommy and Billy or what's her name? Tommy and Billy or America Chavez. One of those other, I think she's holding captive. What if Wanda kills all the Illuminati members? We already went over that, but Scotty, I definitely think that she will demolish them, bro. Like, we just kind of got to get an idea of how strong she is. And Doctor Strange at that point might be the only one to be able to defeat her. But it's just crazy to think, like, what he might do to try to do that. The Defender Strange looks pretty dope, says the talented Mr. Griffin. I agree, but I don't think he'll end up being there for long. I think the Illuminati will end up being the twist villain. Like I said, I think they will have a small part in being a villain for a little bit. I don't think that's Carol. I believe that's either Monica or Maria. I definitely think it's Maria, Mr. Griffin. And, like, to me, that makes sense. Like, Maria Rambeau, she could have been on that plane. That's something that could have gone down. Like, think of a what-if scenario. It's like, except in this scenario, it wasn't Carol Danvers. It was Monica Rambeau. Like, that's just some easy, like, and watch you to watch her reading over this shit. Like, I definitely agree. I think it's Maria. I don't think it'd be Monica, though. I voted yes to Tom Cruise, but I don't even think I believe that. Look, I'll talk about that in a second. I'm kind of leaning towards, like, I'm afraid to come out there and say no, Tom Cruise won't be in it. Because I know the rumors out there that Tom Cruise aren't in it. But isn't that what Marvel would want? Isn't that what Marvel would want, is for people to not think Tom Cruise is in there? And if they could manipulate rumors to say that Tom Cruise is not in this movie, I think that's something that Marvel would want. So I'm a little bit, like, on the fence, bro. And I'll talk about that in a second. And it's all good, Trey. I see Trinity. I did not grab the Batman tickets, Red. I don't normally have to do that, though. I'm in a place where I can just get them anytime. For real. Wanda, you are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master. Yep, she goes ham. I wonder if there still be kids or aged up again. That's a good question, Mr. Griffin. I definitely think they'll be aged up. I think they have to be. I was honestly surprised they didn't get aged up in WandaVision. But in order for this Young Avengers shit that I think is about to pop off, like, in the next, like, 2-3 years, I think they have to be aged up. And on top of that, I see Ashton's comment saying that I feel like Wanda's going to end up being good. I feel the same as well, bro. I think Wanda's going to end up somehow coming out of this in a kind of a, all right, you're free to go type of fashion. But here's the thing: how many times are we gonna let Wanda do this? Like, that's why I don't think, like, she's not good. And at the end of WandaVision, Wanda is a bitch. Like, Wanda is in the most like literal fashion. Like, she just doesn't care. Like, she's like, I'm sorry, but I had to do it. Like, she has no like, to me, I don't think she really has any remorse. And the fact that I think she's willing to continue to do this. Like, I don't know if you guys heard at the beginning, but like the part to where that theory that might have been a different Doctor Strange because his hands weren't shaky. My thought is, like, what if Wanda is actually doing a whole, like, over top of our universe, Wanda's doing like a multiverse, a House of M scenario. And that could be the type of mind-boggling shit that Doctor Strange has to go through. That could be wild. That could be wild. Like, I can see Wanda having no issue doing that. But we'll see. But yeah, we had to get into this next topic here, and that is the Illuminati. And Mr. Town Griffin says we have to have a T'Challa variant. And I agree, bro. At this point, like, I'm really digging my heels into this, like, recast T'Challa movement. Because it's moments like this. It's moments like this where we need a T'Challa. All right, so look, let's just go ahead and start off here with the Illuminati lineup. Now, there were rumors out there, and the rumor mill was out there, that you were going to have a crazy gamut of people up there on the Illuminati that was going to look different than Illuminati we've known about. They were talking about Captain Britain, talking about Monica Rambeau, talking about, there were still talks about my man's Charles Xavier being up there. But just some obscure, Mordo is still on there. So just some obscure characters on the Illuminati. It's not your traditional Illuminati, right? Well, apparently with some reshoots, they were able to go back there and add more cameos and for people to pop up in the Illuminati. Now, here's where I think it gets interesting because of where, like, the folks who I think could be on the Illuminati, bro. So to me, it's 6 of them. You got these 3 chairs. Charles Xavier is being hidden right here. You got this figure right here. This figure right here. Then you got another figure. Okay? So, my list for the Illuminati, definitely Black Bolt. Then this is Mordo, Xavier, right? Black Bolt, Mordo, Xavier. Okay? For Reed Richards. And I think it's 6. Who could the other 6 be? Do you guys think Namor could be a part of Illuminati? MCU OG, I thought about that for a second, but I think that they would save Namor for because, like, this would be Namor's first appearance in general in the MCU, right? Or in just in live action in general. So I think they save Namor for the Black Panther 2. So my other two positions, of course, I think they could do Captain Britain or Peggy Carter. But my thing is, like, Captain America is not in the Illuminati. Like, Captain America kind of steps away from the Illuminati in the comics, and, like, the Illuminati kind of goes against Captain America's morals, his Hippocratic oath that he has. I don't want to see that. Captain Marvel could be the 5th. So you got 2 spots left. My mind is Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel. Or Maria Rambeau, Captain Marvel, rather. Tom Cruise, Iron Man. And T'Challa. Out of those 3, to me, you cannot do the Illuminati without 2. All right? Look, I'm going to go ahead and get this first point out the way. And then I'll get on my little rant on my soapbox here because I'm about to get prepare yourselves because I'm about to get on the soapbox. And we might have to just save a Moon Knight stream for Wednesday because I don't think I'm going to have time to touch on Moon Knight after I get on this soapbox here. First off, Tom Cruise. I definitely I'm starting to really think that Tom Cruise is in this movie. No, like, rumors, no rumors saying that he's not in this movie. We got 55% of y'all saying that he will not appear, 44 saying that he will. And I think Ashton was one of those votes, or was it, who was it? Yeah, it was Ashton that was one of those votes. And he was just throwing a shot in the dark, because Ashton don't really know it. I'm fucking with you, Ashton. But no, dead ass, like, I think we're getting into a situation, guys, to where this is actually going right, okay? Look, when the whole, like, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield stuff was going on, you remember how hard Disney and Marvel was trying to, like, shut that down? Remember how many times they had Andrew Garfield go out there and lie? Like, those people, think about it. Those people are actually coming out here lying to our faces. You don't think about it now because we got the movie. The movie was dope. Now come out here to the final round, grab. We don't think about it now because the movie was dope, right? We don't think about it now because the movie was dope. But those people are definitely out here lying to our faces. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, absolutely out here lying to our faces. I need this one for this one. Out here lying to our faces. The fanfare is starting to remind me of the rumor. We all know how that turned out. Exactly, talented Mr. Griffin. This is starting to remind me of those rumors. All right? This is starting to remind me of those rumors. So this is why, honestly, about 24 hours ago, I was on the bandwagon that he's not going to show up. But you had the Iron Legion showing up. And you had the Illuminati. I don't think you can have the Illuminati without Tony Stark. Now maybe Tony Stark dies or whatever. No. F that. The one hero in that universe that died to save that universe was Defender Strange. In this case, I definitely think Tony Stark is definitely alive. And I will guarantee, like, I will put my money, I'm almost close to putting my money on it, that Tom Cruise is that Tony Stark. And you want to know the crazy part? You told me 2 years ago that I know the rumors were that Tom Cruise was being asked about it, like being a multiverse of Tony Stark. Those things were coming out like, 2 years ago? But if you'd asked me like in 2019, or rather, if you'd asked me in 2019 or early 2020, not only that Tom Cruise would be showing up as Tony Stark, but that it gets to the point to where people would be looking forward to Tom Cruise showing up as Tony Stark, I would have never believed you. We got Captain Marvel without Marvel. We did. Even though wasn't Marvel the woman? Wasn't the female Dr. Marvel? Anyway, Trinity, don't get me sidetracked. I would have never believed that the consensus, other than Polyhedral Paradise, Jason Polyhedral Paradise, I saw him on Twitter saying that flying around as Tony Stark should be saved for Robert Downey Jr. Other than folks like him out there, most of what I've seen, people have been excited about Tom Cruise showing up as Iron Man. Fuck it, I'm excited about Tom Cruise showing up as Iron Man, right? That's some exciting shit, right? But they're trying to act like it's not going to happen, and I just can't fall for that bandwagon. Look, this is a lot easier of a role to hide. This is a lot easier of a leak to hide. When you think about what Star Wars pulled off of Luke, they could definitely pull this off with Tom Cruise. Because her name was the name. The name was the name. Trinity, I know it wasn't Marvel, but the name was the name. Next thing I know, Trinity's going to be like, go Brand. No, I'm playing Trinity. But look. This thing is a lot easier to hide than it was with Tobey and Andrew. You don't have a half of a movie with this dude, Tom Cruise, as Iron Man. This is just a lot easier to hide. On top of that, Iron Man is a lot major. There's a lot of like computer generation electronics, like all that shit. Like they could use this to stand in for that. I think that's the way to go. Do I think Banner will end up with the Illuminati? It depends on what happens after the Hulk, after She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk is going to send Banner off world and on his own thing. But this could be interesting as to see how this turns out. I'm really starting to feel like he's in this movie, regardless of the reports that's out there. Like I'm leaning into the possibility that he's in this movie, and that this will be the case to where Marvel is winning. Iron Lad Kang variant. I don't think so. I don't think we'll see Kang show up until the end of this movie. And I was debating on that too, man. Like thinking of Kang, and not to get too far off topic. Like which movie would be the thing that sets up Kang for Ant-Man 3? Like will this movie and Loki set up Kang for Ant-Man? So like would this movie impact Loki season 2 and season 2 of Loki lead right into Ant-Man 3? You know, like that type of situation. How prevalent will Loki be affecting these movies? Like, because even though Loki is the main reason why the multiverse is cracking open, but it seems like that is a forgotten point, and like nobody is really going back to that, right? And it doesn't seem like you really have to go back to the fact that Loki is the reason why the multiverse is cracking open anyway. You can just be cool with the multiverse being a concept. But no, like, I definitely think it's Tom Cruise as Tony Stark. If there's another Tony Stark variant, like I see Danny McBride in there, like that could be cool. But at this point, it's Tom Cruise or bust. It's Tom Cruise or bust for me at this point. But yeah, like Tony Stark has to be on there. It's the Illuminati. Tony Stark has to be on the Illuminati. And the same thing as Tony Stark has to be on the Illuminati. T'Challa has to be on the Illuminati. That's not no Earth Saturn shit to say. T'Challa has to be on the Illuminati. Now, Mordo is on the Illuminati because he's taking the place of Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme in that universe. I think that's kind of evident. But T'Challa has to be in the Illuminati. You got Mordo, Black Bolt, Professor X, Reed Richards. Oh shit! Did I just throw myself off? Did I just throw myself off? Tony Stark, Black Bolt. That's 7. Okay, fuck. My math is all effed up. You thought the Illuminati was the TV headquarters? That does look kind of like cryptic like that, right? All right, but here's the thing. We'll go back out to the training ground for a second. I think this is definitely T'Challa. This dude is sitting here like there's a shot of T'Challa or a poster of T'Challa sitting on the throne. This dude is sitting on the throne like T'Challa. Let's see if I can make this bigger. This dude right here is definitely sitting on the throne like T'Challa. Now, it's possible that he could just be slender and that could be Mr. Fantastic. But thanks to the brilliant detectives that we have on the internet, people zoomed in and it looks like a necklace is around his neck. Honestly, if it is T'Challa, I will shout to the heavens, thank you, Jesus, that is T'Challa. I would thank Boss for days that we have a multiverse of T'Challa pop up in here. Because honestly, this is something that would have been done whether Chadwick was alive or not, was casting another T'Challa through the multiverse. And this is why I say T'Challa has to be on here. And fuck it, like I'm about to just be 100% real. You get like, can I put a fist in the chat if I can be real here? I will feel fucking slighted if T'Challa is not on that Illuminati. All right, I'm gonna just keep it 100. You see the shirt. You see the fandom. You've seen the box office. You've seen the impact that Black Panther, that T'Challa has had on the entire world, on the entire culture of the world. You're telling me that Black Bolt gets to be in the Illuminati from a bum-ass ABC show? You tell me Black Bolt gets to be on the Illuminati from a bum-ass ABC show, but you don't have a T'Challa on the Illuminati? Right? Tell me Mordo gets to be on Illuminati, but not T'Challa. We have all these variants popping in. This is a variant world. Your biggest character known to the MCU, Tony Stark, that the role, if anything, that nobody's talking about ever recasting. That anything that ever talks about no recasting, like, right? If anybody was talking about that, it would have been Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. You're telling me that you're gonna put a different dude in for the biggest role ever in the MCU history of Iron Man? Gonna put another guy in that suit? If you get what I'm getting at here, all of these other characters are getting their just due and getting their shine in the MCU and in their show. This is not our T'Challa. These characters that are showing up aren't our characters. So there is no way in God's green earth that makes sense that you do not have a T'Challa on the Illuminati. It just makes no sense in God's green earth. Like, is T'Challa just killed in all universes? Like, is that what we're going to do? Because it's already established that variants look different or different people. Is T'Challa going to be killed in every universe and not show up in the entire multiverse? Because if you put a Shuri up there, that's what people are going to just kind of piece together in their own head, right? If that's what you're really going to throw out there, people are going to piece that together in their own head. They really just killed T'Challa throughout the whole entire multiverse. All our hopes and dreams of recasting T'Challa are gone. Now, I'm not that crazy on the recast T'Challa bandwagon that I won't support anything Black Panther that comes out if they don't recast T'Challa. But at the end of the day, this movie would be a great first step. This movie here would be a great first step to healing us and to getting a main MCU storyline to T'Challa. Because if you're fans here, if you're in here, more than likely, you've been riding with me on my plan to bring in T'Challa and have Shuri coexist. And that's basically have the multiverse fall apart. Through Secret Wars, have a Multiverse of T'Challa be introduced. And honestly, I actually threw this out there before this came out. Put a Multiverse of T'Challa on a Multiverse Illuminati, and I was thinking in the What If series, but this could work good too as well. Have him there, have something happen to his universe, and have that T'Challa eventually come into our MCU. Let him rule as Black Panther and be a overarching Black Panther like you kind of have in the comics. In the comics, like he's a defender of Wakanda, and he's also kind of dealing with the Avengers or dealing with the bigger workings of the universe, right? With the Illuminati. While you have Shuri being the queen of Wakanda, ruling over Wakanda day-to-day shit, right? To me, that's a perfect way to do that. And I see you, Ashton. Here, Ashton in Star Wars MCU, here I have to solely disagree. I would not like to see a deepfake T'Challa. Like, that, to me, that's like, no. You did not have Chad's consent for that. I don't think Chad, like, honestly, from the type of person and the type of things I've watched on Chadwick Boseman, the type of stuff that he said about the T'Challa role, which really sparks the recast T'Challa movement, I don't think he would want anything to do with a deepfake after his death, because then you would just keep that going on and on and on. And that is the last thing I really want to see is T'Challa back up there. Especially if what's about to happen to this Illuminati, where I think everybody in this Illuminati is going to get killed. Having a deepfake Chadwick get killed is not good for optics. All right, so I'm not really with that deepfake idea. But what I would be like to see on this Illuminati, you got one, this T'Challa's about to get killed, so it's a one-time gig. Have the biggest Black male actor of all time step into this role. Have someone who is so near and dear to Chadwick Boseman's life. That didn't he put him through acting school or something like that, right? Didn't he do a lot to look out for him? I like that theory, Bernie, but I don't know about that. It seems like they're separating themselves from the what if character. That's the only thing I'm saying. It seems like they're separating themselves from the what if characters. But I do find it really interesting as well. You'll see you don't agree with it either, but that is really interesting. But what I'm getting at is, I would like to see fucking Denzel Washington. That would have been perfect. Now look, I don't think that is, bro. If they can keep Tom Cruise under wraps, I think they could keep somebody like Denzel under wraps. But someone with the gravitas like Denzel Washington would have been the perfect opportunity. I don't think they're gonna do it honestly at this point. Like it's starting to look like Marvel is really starting to screw us. It's really gonna be screwing us with this T'Challa situation. Because like I said, like I think Chadwick Boseman wanted to go on based on quotes that he said. More quotes out there saying that he would want somebody else to play Black Panther than anything even resembling the fact that he would want that role to die throughout the multiverse. And that, I'm sorry to be dramatic, but if T'Challa is not up here, if T'Challa is not up here, cool. That doesn't prove that he's killed throughout the whole entire multiverse, but he should have been on that Illuminati, and that's BS. But two, if they put somebody else up there other than T'Challa, if they put anybody else up there other than T'Challa as Black Panther, in my mind, you motherfuckers done killed T'Challa throughout the whole multiverse, and that is an issue, and that is a problem that I would really have like gripes with. Like, you're not respecting the character, you're not respecting the legacy that Chadwick put down. You think respecting the legacy is letting it die? Hell no. You don't respect the legacy by letting it die. This is like me saying, you know what? I have my family name. My last name's Davis. This is my family name. I want my family name to end with myself. I don't want any part of my legacy to go on. I want my legacy to end with me. So respect my legacy by not letting my legacy go on. How the fuck does that make sense? I'm sorry for the rant here, but this is turned into a whole nother rant. But it's shit that needs to be said. How does it make sense to respect a legacy by letting it die out? Let me ask you that. How does it make sense to you to say you're respecting a legacy, but you're never showing that character again on screen? When you have avenues, like, I would get it. Trust me, if the multiverse wasn't out here, I would definitely understand. If we weren't at a space with the multiverse, I would definitely understand how difficult and how hard it would be to recast T'Challa. But we have the effing multiverse. We have Secret Wars coming up, which I think would be a huge reset. A lot of characters are going to come back anyway, I feel like. It's going to be a huge reset. And if you want to think about deepfake, if there's one scenario where I see a deepfake, that would be in the Secret Wars scenario. But even then, no. Even then, like, no deepfake. Chadwick, please. But that's just like, keep the legacy going by keeping the cast going and use this as an opportunity. Bruh, do you know how wild it would be? I promise you, if Denzel is in the Black Panther suit in the Illuminati, and it is established that it's not the world, look, I know there'll be some ignorant like folks out there, that my kinfolk out there that'll be out there on social media talk like thinking, oh, Denzel is gonna be Black Panther or T'Challa in Black Panther 2, or Denzel's gonna be. No, that's not gonna be the case. They don't have to worry about any of that ish. On the grand scheme of things, that's not cool. But to me, you can't hide behind the respect moniker, because there is no way that logically does not make sense for you to say I'm respecting this legacy by letting it die. Let it die in our main universe, but don't kill T'Challa throughout the rest of the multiverse. Please, God. Please, God, let this be T'Challa. Please let this be T'Challa. Please. That's all I'm asking for. Oh, snap. She put in the OMG. What's going on, Sheev? What's going on, Sheev? Did something just drop? Oh, you just love that. Okay, you love that. Like, please let this be. Fuck, it could be Michael J. White for all I care. Like, just make it somebody black and beautiful and great, and this would be a good move. But yeah, they're all getting offed by Wanda right here, and that's the thing to bring. That's why it's so important that if you're gonna do this, have somebody like Denzel. Like, bruh, I don't think Denzel would be down to be Black Panther. I wouldn't want Denzel to be Black Panther. To be honest, you guys know I want my man Damson Idris as Black Panther from Snowfall. I want him to be Black Panther. You guys all know that. But just in this universe, get rid of Obo. Like, get us used to this idea. Wake us up to the idea that there are other Black Panthers out there. And it's all the like, your boy, I've been a journalist, but I'm in the PR field now. Like, the whole job changed and everything, right? And I'm thinking, like, marketing wise, like, we're going through a big thing with my job, like a big controversial thing with my job in my town. So, like, you know, I'm thinking marketing wise, working with people to win over a situation that's tricky for some, working with people that just won't be denied in social media. They just won't be denied in public eye. I guarantee you, and I no offense to any other like nerds out there, like literally, like no offense to y'all, but they gotta nail this for black folks. If that T'Challa, $1 billion movie easily, yeah, they gotta nail this for black, like for black folks. Like, if there's one group of folks who like might be like, no, they don't need to recast T'Challa, that could be the normie group of black folks. That's just in my mind. Like, I haven't necessarily, from what I've seen from my own two eyes, I don't want to put thoughts in anybody's head, put words in anybody's mouth. But what I've seen from my own two eyes, it's not a lot of necessarily like white nerds or Latino nerds out there against recasting T'Challa. Really, the only ones that I've seen, and the few that I've seen, like, it's like few and far between that I've seen that say don't recast T'Challa, have been like black folks and black normies. Like, on my Facebook, like when I post something like that on my Facebook, I don't advertise my shit on Facebook like that. I'm a comic book like nerd like that on my Facebook. Like, I don't put like the like my YouTube links up like that. But it would be cool if it's his pops too. That would be cool. But still, T'Challa. Like, give me T'Challa. But really, you win over. I think the main thing, you win over your black folks with this, with like the whole concept of recasting T'Challa. And I promise you, ain't nobody's mommy, ain't nobody's auntie, ain't nobody grandma, ain't nobody brother, cousin, uncle, anybody, pops, ain't nobody going to complain about a Denzel Washington variant Black Panther. Nobody's going to complain about it. In fact, the fact that they would put a Denzel Washington's Black Panther in that movie, I guarantee you my mom will go to go see it. Go to go see Doctor Strange. The only Marvel movie that she's ever going to go see in movie theaters was Black Panther, but I guarantee you she'd go to see Doctor Strange if she knew that Denzel was in there as Black Panther. Like, that's how crazy it is. And like, here's the thing, like, I don't think that's happening, unfortunately. Like, as much as I would love for this to be a Black Panther, and like, I'm honestly going to be hurt if they don't put Black Panther in there. Like, for real, like, it's going to be a gripe for me. Like, I'm going to be able to get over it, but best believe I'm going to be talking about it. And like, it won't be talking about the movie. It'll be more so talking about Disney not listening to us. That's it. It'll be more about Disney not listening to us. It won't be about, you know, a complaint on Feige or a complaint on the movie. Maybe so Feige. It won't be a complaint on the movie itself. It'll be a complaint on Disney. Because like I said, if you don't have T'Challa in here, then I'm thinking you're doing something fishy with T'Challa and the whole entire multiverse. Just because Chadwick dies doesn't mean I'm cool with Chadwick dying. I'm cool with Chadwick dying and T'Challa dying in our universe, in the 616. I'm perfectly fine with that. Honestly, my take has been, let T'Challa get cancer. Whether it's from, like, you know, I've even thought about it, like, when the gamma radiation from the Infinity Stone was like being that close to the snap twice, his suit absorbing, like his suit could absorb all of that, like absorb the radiation and keep it closer to his body longer than whatever, and accelerate his cancer. Like things like that. And honestly, that would be sad, but at the same time, that's a F cancer moment. Like that's a time where everybody in the movie theaters would be like, "Fuck cancer," because that's how you really need to be. Like honestly, like fuck cancer. Like cancer is that much of a bitch that they could kill a king and the most advanced power in the world. Yes, cancer kills every fucking body. Fuck cancer. That's logical. That makes sense. It's cool. But what doesn't make sense is killing T'Challa in the multiverse. What doesn't make sense is not having a single other T'Challa pop up in the multiverse. And that's just where my head's at on that. And to wind us down, to me, it'd just be perfect. It's a perfect opportunity to have Denzel or just any other great black actor be an older, more seasoned T'Challa in this Illuminati. I'm not going to say or bust. But what I will say is that I better not. Like, I'll be heated, bro. I'll be heated if it is a different Black Panther. What's going on, Soju? I'll be heated, bro, if it is Shuri. I would be heated if it was. Did cancer kill her in Marvel? Or did cancer really kill Marvel? Or are you kidding me? Are you trolling me, Trinity? No, like, no, don't need to imitate a real life death. Well, like Eric, the only thing is, bro, I don't want to see T'Challa get killed by anybody, bro. Like, you talking about respect, like they keep saying respecting the legacy. You can't kill T'Challa. You can't have Namor kill T'Challa. That's crazy. I didn't know that about Marvel. But you can't have Namor kill T'Challa. You can't have T'Challa doing something to get himself killed. Off screen. Like, if he sacrifices himself for something off screen, for a bomb or something off screen, then cool. That could work. But honestly, like, that wouldn't make sense because he's have a suit on. Like, it's just, there's no, like, real logic that makes sense other to me than the whole cancer scenario. Like, and now we've gotten real off topic here. Just my whole take is, bruh, just don't kill T'Challa throughout the multiverse. And, like, smooth it over. Like, you got to do this shit. That's why I keep saying, like, Damson Idris is a great choice. Because Damson is loved right now in the social media realm and the black community. Like, Damson is loved for what he's been doing on Snowfall. I'm not a fan of John David Washington getting that role. And I think the black community is split on John David Washington. But honestly, I'm fine with John David Washington getting the role. T'Challa. Like, I'm not a fan of it, but I'm fine with it. I think he could do decent. I think he can do a good job, if you will. And it's something that other people are excited about. That possibility. Like, I know some people were actually, like, excited about it. Like, I was having a conversation with folks. And I was like, yeah, I'd like to see Damson Idris. They're like, yeah, but I really like to see John David Washington. Because some people really regard him and, like, hold him in that high of regard. I don't. I don't really fucking like the dude like that much, for real. But his dad, put that dude as Black Panther in this movie, and you got a golden opportunity. And that's just the whole point of this conversation. Like, do I think we'll see it? Probably not. But should they do it? Is it smart? I think so. Because if you don't bring back a Black Panther, if you do something silly like put M'Baku as Black Panther, or you just put your money that Shuri can lead Wakanda, the Black Panther would never be $1 billion franchise again after Black Panther 2. I guarantee you, bro. Black Panther would never be another billion. Would never make another $1 billion movie. Might not even make a $750 million movie if you do not have T'Challa after Black Panther 2. Black Panther 2 is gonna go up. Like, Black Panther 2 is gonna make a boatload of money. But it's what you do after Black Panther 2 that is gonna be the real question and the real, like, successful thing. I don't think they need to waste the Black Panther movie on Shuri after Black Panther 2. That's just my opinion, bro. That's just a nerd's opinion over here. But like I said, like, I don't think that this looks like Black Panther, and I think it would be Black Panther. I I don't think Marvel is gonna. I don't think Marvel is gonna go there. I don't think Marvel is gonna go there to make this Black Panther. Let me know. Who do y'all think? Cause it's a video I'm about to come out with. I'm probably gonna record it after I post my video tonight, or at least write it. Who is in that left seat? Black Panther. I'll put Black Panther said T'Challa because it could be any Black Panther. I'll put that in there while I go through these comments before we get out of here. Like I warned y'all, I was gonna rant. Look, your boy don't rant often, but if I had something to rant about, your boy would rant. I don't know. My common sense is making me want to lean towards Reed Richards. But my fan sense and just like what makes sense to me as a nerd is leaning towards T'Challa. Because like I said, you can't have, like in my mind, you can't have a T'Challa, you can't have an Illuminati without T'Challa or Reed in there. And that's just me. Like they're gonna make it work without Doctor Strange because Doctor Strange was an Illuminati in this universe but got killed, and that's what I think is going on here. But yeah, let's scroll up here and read through these comments while you guys vote. Then we might go ahead and get on out of here. Let's see here. Down to Mr. Griffin says the fanfare is starting to remind me of Toby and Andrew rumors. We all know how that turned out. You're right, talented Mr. Griffin. You're talking about the Tom Cruise. It's definitely giving me those type of vibes and feels, man. Trinity talking about Marvel. This is not his Marvel. All right. I kind of touched on most of this stuff as we was going through. Daniel Fisher says Inhumans was a bum ass ABC show, but Anson Mount was good. All right, I would take that, bro. I've probably only watched 5 minutes of Inhumans. I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Netflix for like the first 4 seasons, and then it lost me. It became a show that I started to fall asleep on Netflix. And I find myself like going back to the beginning of the episode because I fall asleep like 15 minutes in. I probably got to season 2. I don't think I got all the way to season 3 or 4. But Agent Carter and Inhumans were shows that I definitely did not give a shot. I did not give a shot. Yeah, guys, I'm not with the deep. Like Ashton and Stars MCOG. Like I love what they did with the deepfake with Luke. But this deepfake stuff, like, and trying to do it with Chadwick, like, I'm not really, like, feeling that. I'm not really feeling it like that. Like, he's dead. He didn't have any consent to that. And that's something that, like, culturally is, like, I think a lot of people would take to heart culturally, like, bringing somebody back like that. I'm thinking about, like, how freaked out some people were when they started doing, like, Michael Jackson hologram performances and stuff like that. Yeah, but Franny, I want to touch on this comment. Yes, I saw a comment in the Nerds that said, "What if universe in T'Challa?" It said that, "What if universe? It's our T'Challa." So what if it's our T'Challa? All right, hold on. It said, "What if it's our MCU T'Challa is the one in the Illuminati, and Wanda kills him as well as the others? Then Strange research you multi." Yeah, I don't like that. Because then again, T'Challa cannot be killed by another person. Like if he sacrifices himself in a bombing situation, cool. Like he maybe try to stop a bomb or whatever. Again, I would like to stand up and honor his real life legacy and the fight against cancer and like kind of bring that in, and that'd be really emotional and hard hitting in the movie theater. And it can be gracefully done, I think. But that's just my opinion. Everybody got an opinion. But mine happens to be true. No, I'm playing. Can they please keep What If separate from the main timeline? No, like I want What If to be the show that answers questions about other multiverses, because like I've seen theories like what if like this Professor X is from the X-Men 97 universe. That could be interesting. But like I really want What If to tie in, bro. Like I really want to see like a live action to watch it. Like those, like I don't know. Like I was kind of disappointed when Dark Strange was not Sinister Strange, because then like what's the point of me watching What If it's not really going to circle back around? You know what I mean? Like it has to make like I would like for them to make these cartoons be canon, similar to what Star Wars does, and let it be multiversal canon. Like let that be how you feel in these things that we would ask for. Whoever in the Illuminati is getting off by Wanda anyways. That is facts. They're going off. They're getting done it. If that T'Challa $1 billion movie, bro. If T'Challa is in this movie, Snoop Dogg, Illuminati, Black Panther. No, Snoop Dogg for Hondo. But like I said, T'Challa's in this movie. Imagine the amount of people, especially if it's Denzel T'Challa. Imagine the amount of people that will come back out and see that. Now, Fernie said, what if it's his dad, T'Chaka, as Black Panther? I would like that too as well. Like, I always thought T'Chaka was interesting. And, but at the same time, like, I want, like, T'Challa. I'm sorry. Like, at this point, it feels like I'm a stickler for a name, but it is what it is. Yeah, your mama and fam will go crazy over that, right? Like, people would, like, lose their shits over that. Knowing Marvel is probably Reed Richards. They use a little CGI to make it look a little bit more like Black Panther to hide the reveal. If they did that on purpose, like, I'm with you there. Knowing Marvel is probably Reed Richards. Knowing Marvel is probably Reed Richards. Like, that's why I'm, like, kind of just trying to not get my expectations up or hopes up. But if they're doing anything to play with our emotions and have it look like Black Panther, then I would have issue with that, bro. But let's see if I can find this Black Panther screen. All right. Like, bro, he is sitting there. He is sitting there just like T'Challa in this photo. The way he's sitting there reminds me of this photo of Black Panther. Hold on. Let's see. I'll get this shit full screen. Reminds me, the way he's sitting there reminds me of this photo of Black Panther. And of course, like that's what that reminds me of. I don't know. Like that's just where my head went to, how he was sitting there. Damn, rest in peace to the king, though, bro. Rest in peace to the king. But yeah, I'm just clicking around through shit now. Really hope I would love for it to be Denzel too, bro. But I think that's way too much of an ask. I do know like those rumors were floating out there like a while back that Denzel would be Magneto. I was hoping that wouldn't be true. I think it'd be like Denzel would kill any role, but I definitely don't like. I'm not here for what will come along with Denzel being Magneto. That would feel very like, heck, that just gives ammunition to hate, honestly. And I can see why, because you're like, not just like you're putting Denzel as that guy. Is what it is. But look, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, keep an eye out for my video that's dropping on. I have a Wanda video dropping tonight. I'm also gonna be rehashing the T'Challa stuff. Honestly, to keep it real, I'm really probably gonna lean into the recast T'Challa movement because that's something that's near and dear to my heart, bruh. Like, before T'Challa came along, the Hulk was my favorite MCU character, but T'Challa really like boosted my investment into nerdy culture. Like, T'Challa really boosted that for me. when he came on the big screen. I was like a borderline nerd before that. So like, it's something that important to me as a nerd. I feel like I should be like joining in to try to do whatever I can with these 15, 12 viewers that I can get in here to shout out Recast T'Challa and to put that out there. Honestly, I'm going to be leaning into that. You can expect to see me tweeting more about T'Challa being recast. You can expect to see me talking more about it. I promise you guys, though, I'm not going to get on that whole conspiracy. Like, and there are folks out there who I know, like, talking about Recast T'Challa, like Marvel, they say, Disney won't do it because they don't want a black king. I definitely don't agree with that because I don't think they wouldn't have they wouldn't have done it in the first place, like set up the way they did in the first place if they had an issue with having a black king like T'Challa. So I'm not gonna be that guy who goes that far into it, but I am someone who wants this character to live on, and who feels like Disney might just be doing what they think people will want, but not really what the people. And like I said, at the end of the day, if you'd asked me 3 years ago if Tom Cruise Iron Man would be accepted and be something that people would be looking forward to in a movie, I would have told you you're crazy as fuck. I would send you to a mental home. There's been a lack of Leslie Jones casting in the chat. On that note, we're out. See you, Daniel Fisher. All right, deuces, y'all. Like I always say, go watch something nerdy. Go watch some Star Wars. Go watch something MCU. Go watch something Amazon. Share with a friend. Bring him here. We'll turn him into nerds. Some shit like that. I'm just thrown off by Leslie Jones. But whatever. We're going to go ahead and get the F up out of here because of Leslie Jones and because of Daniel Fisher talking about some Leslie Jones. So because of that, we're getting the fuck out of Dodge. Out of here on this one today. As you may see, we're getting the fuck on out. Sorry to be cussing so much in this late night hour. But we are getting on out of here. Like I always say though, go watch something nerdy. Share with a friend, bring them here. We'll turn them into nerds. I will see you all on Wednesday. But like I said, check out the video that's dropping tonight or in the morning. Whenever it's gonna be done tonight, I promise you. But it is just gonna figure out best time to drop it. I know I've been promising a video for like 2 months, but your boy's back on this shit. All right. I promise I'm gonna get out of here. But like, I'm really trying to put on my blinders and really just put shit out, bro. Like, just put shit out. Like, grow this shit out. Yeah. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Much love. Okay, I can vibe with this beat. Want bars tonight? Do we want bars tonight? Do we want them bars tonight? Put a fucking chat. Put a fist in the fucking chat if we want some bars tonight. Cause I can give you them bars all day and all night with it. I don't even got it right because I'm just nice with it. You can be over here kidding like, damn, this nigga flowing. Yeah, I'm really flowing and you know we're really going. Talking about Multiverse of Madness, all this madness in my head. I cannot grab it, can't attack it. Might just give me heart attack. It might just make my heart skip a beat. When I think about this stuff, I put it on repeat. Rest in peace to Charlie, rest in peace to T'Challa, man. Want to talk about all these things, make you want to holler, man. People making wrong moves, trying to follow dollar. But if you make the wrong moves, and dollar going to squalor, and the dollar's going to fall up a damn cliff and die out. I swear this love for y'all will never die out. I got so much love for y'all in the chat. I got so much love for y'all having my back. Every time we end these streams, doing streams back to back, I missed that. 4 days a week was on that, but we getting back to there. I might add another night in. And the videos gonna pop in. The videos be popping. The things gonna be dropping. People subscribing and channel hopping. Damn. And I promise we will never flop. We be here 4 years later and we gonna never stop. I don't care if we don't have number 10 people in here in 2026. I'ma still be in here talking my shit. Like, faggot, you mad rich and you the motherfucking hit. We about to make some fucking hits in here too. I ain't even really trying to lose you. I ain't really even trying to lose the truth. I'm just trying to speak out my truth. I need Tyler back up in the MCU. And that's some real shit. I need y'all people in my streams with me. And that's some real shit. Y'all help me out. I help you out. We do this here. We do this now. I appreciate all y'all motherfuckers. And that's real. I ain't call you motherfucker, but you just my hitters. Damn. I was about to go into some wild shit I don't even want to say on YouTube. But either way, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the bars tonight. This was a nice beat. I gotta save this one. I gotta save this beat. It's a nice little beat here. But much love to y'all. Let's say go watch something nerdy. I will see you all on the next video. But this damn beat though. I don't want to lose the flow. Building bricks like Ben Simmons free throws. Then there he go. Sport analogy with it. I keep analogy with it. I keep a half a G with it. I roll my blunt with about 2/4 of a G in it. That's a half. Nah, I might roll about 7.5 because I want my weed to get a nigga real live. And you know how we do it. We be playing the job. And if you think you're talking bullshit, you just speaking that job. And I don't understand the gibberish. God damn. The beat was ended. I was about to go ham again. All right, we out of here. I'm about to end the stream now. All right, see y'all, dudes. See y'all. Deuces.